Hello students, welcome to this class of carbohydrate chemistry. Now this is a very basic fundamental class for beginners only. So if you have studied some form of chemistry in medical science, this class is not for you. You already know what I'm gonna tell, right? But this is for the very beginners who will start carbohydrate chemistry and who will start nucleotide chemistry. So this will help them in both the chapters, right? So today's class is carbohydrate chemistry. So we will first start with introduction of carbohydrate, and this class will only deal with nomenclature of carbohydrate, right? The further detail will be discussed in next classes. This is a very short video. So what is this? Carbohydrates are actually large class of naturally occurring polyhydroxy aldehydes and ketones. These is the definition. These are the definition, and definition should not be changed. It cannot be changed, right? This is the thing that is there in all textbooks, right? Now basically it means hydrated carbon. So there will be carbon and there is water. Now that depends on the formula, that is generalized way CmH2ON, where M and N are different. So these are the very fundamentals, and the most abundant carbohydrate is glucose, that we all know. Remember this one, CmH2ON, where M and N can be different, it can be same. For example, we already know glucose is C6H12O6, so M in this case is M and N both are same, that is 6, right? Now monosaccharide, this should be very clear. Monosaccharide are the simplest carbohydrates that may contain 3 to 7 carbon atom, but those are a single carbohydrate unit. The carbon atoms may be more, but the carbohydrate unit is one. That is why it is known as monosaccharide. And the empirical formula of monosaccharide is this, where M and N is same. In the last slide I told you M and N can be different for generalized carbohydrates, but for monosaccharides it is same. So C and H and O are in the ratio of 1:2:1. That is why for glucose, if you replace N by 6, the formula becomes C6H12O6. Now monosaccharides are polyhydroxy ketones or aldehydes, because monosaccharides are carbohydrates, so the definition will definitely remain same, right? Now before going any further, a quick recap of these last two slides. CnH2O whole N is the formula for, if you have option mono, di, poly and oligosaccharide, of course the answer will be monosaccharide, because in case of monosaccharide only these two are same. In all other carbohydrates these are different, M and N are different. Now we will discuss in short in this slide only, and also another slide at the very end. As I told you, monosaccharide means only single unit of carbohydrate. Remember, in monosaccharide the carbon atoms may be more. However, in disaccharide it means more than one carbohydrate units. So 2 monosaccharide makes 1 disaccharide. 3 to 10 monosaccharide will make 1 oligosaccharide. Trisaccharide means 3 carbohydrate units, and polysaccharide means many, more than 10. So this basic concept should be very clear. Now we will look at the monosaccharide. The simplest monosaccharide has to contain 3 to 7, as I told you in the definition. Now let us identify the groups. Definitely, since they are polyhydroxy aldehydes and ketones, there will be 3 groups in total: hydroxyl group, OH, and CHO or C double bond O. This is the aldehyde group and this is the keto group. So either CHO or C double bond O. So only these 3 will be present in monosaccharide. What will change? The number of carbon atoms, right? So this is an aldose sugar, this is a ketose sugar. Let's not go into the detail right now. I will tell you what is aldose, what is ketose. and what is glyceraldehyde and dihydroxyacetone. Just remember these two names. If you want, you can note down the structure and you can write down the names in your copy, right? Now, let us start from the very basics, bare fundamentals, and look at the nomenclature method. These, for any organic compound, actually, we not organic, for any chemical compound for that matter, we prefer IUPAC rules, right? We have read in our +2 lessons. However, in case of monosaccharides in general, we do not name monosaccharides using the IUPAC rules. It will create very confusing scenario, right? They are simply names that end with OSE, glucose, one example definitely, right? Now in general, the carbohydrate that has got an aldehyde group is known as aldose. It is not called, it is. And a carbohydrate that has got a ketone group is known as ketose. Specifically, I mean monosaccharides, alright? So aldose and ketose. You remember these names? Now, monosaccharides can be classified by, so these are very obvious. Number one, whether it has got a aldehyde group or keto group, right? Depending on the number of carbon atoms. So, triose, if it has got 3 carbon atom, tetrose, 4, pentose, 5, hexose, 6, etc. So, if we combine both, it can be aldotriose, ketotriose, so on. Means we combine, triose means 3 carbon atoms and 1 aldehyde group, right? So, you see, as I told you in the beginning, 3 carbon atoms, an aldehyde group. This is aldotriose. Now, this is the general nomenclature. This specific compound has got a name. This is glyceraldehyde. So, glyceraldehyde is an aldotriose, right? Now, if you want to name this, this is a ketotriose, right? And this is dihydroxyacetone. You know acetone, CH3, C double bond O, CH3, that is acetone. This is simply 2 ends replaced by hydroxyl group. So, it is dihydroxyacetone. So, these are the 3 carbon monosaccharides. This is the aldose and this is the ketose. Alright, so these are example of monosaccharide triose sugar. So, you can see this chart is present in all textbook, right? So, they can be either aldose or ketose, and depending on the number of carbon atoms, triose, tetrose, pentose, hexose, heptose, octose, nonose, so on and so forth, right? And aldotriose means aldehyde with 3 groups, 3 carbon atoms. Aldopentose means aldehyde group containing 5 carbon atoms, and ketoheptose means ketose containing 7 carbon atoms. I am saying the same thing over and over again so that the fundamentals should be very clear. Again, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there is an aldehyde group. 1, 2, 3, 4, there is a keto group. So, this is an aldo, right? This is a keto. That part is settled. This, since it has got a 5 carbon, it is aldopentose. It has got 4 carbon atoms, ketotetrose. Clear? Now, you may also try it, right? I give you homework, okay? Just identify these 3. What will be the nomenclature of each of them? Remember, you should always consider the aldehyde or keto group and the number of carbon atoms, right? So, in the comment section, just give 1, 2, 3 and name them according to the aldehyde or ketone, that is aldose or ketose, and number of carbon atoms, okay? Now, let us see what are the sugars, the names actually. This thing you already know by now, I have told it I think thrice. Glyceraldehyde and dihydroxyacetone, aldose, ketose, this is triose. Next, tetrose, simply 1 carbon atom is increasing, right? Then this becomes erythrose. So, the aldose with 4 carbon atom, that is the aldotetrose, is actually commonly known as erythrose, and the ketotetrose is known as erythrulose. You will find these names and the structures in your textbook, all textbook, right? So just follow over here. Next we come to pentose. In case of pentose, the aldose is known as ribose and the ketose is known as ribulose. So if you want to name it chemically, it is aldopentose and this is ketopentose. Minded, this specific slide is very important when we go to nucleotide chemistry, right? You need to know what is ribose and ribulose for that matter, especially this one. So this is a monosaccharide and pentose. All right. You may find in your textbook these structures look a bit different because we are showing the straight chain structure. Remember, every carbohydrate can have two configuration or conformation. Number one is straight chain, just represented like this, in which the terminal group is an aldehyde and others are H and OH, or they may cyclize. These are also known as cyclic forms. So ribose, if it undergoes cyclization, will look like a pentagon, and the next one, hexose, means 6 carbon atoms. If it folds onto itself, it will look like a hexagon or a benzene ring, right? 6 sides. So hexose, the aldohexose is glucose and the ketohexose is fructose. Remember, aldohexose doesn't always necessarily mean glucose. One example of aldohexose is glucose. That is true for all of these. Why do I say so? Because even these H and OH positions, if it changes, if this OH goes to left side, it becomes galactose. If this H comes to right side, it is known as mannose, right? So today's topic is not the isomerism. It's some bit advanced topic. Today we are covering only the nomenclature. So remember these. So this chart you will find in all textbooks. So at a glance you can see the triose, the aldose is glyceraldehyde, ketose dihydroxyacetone, erythrose, erythrulose, ribose, ribulose. What is xylose then? Same that I told you, just the HOH has changed. If HOH position in any single carbon atom undergoes alteration, that isomer is known as epimer. Will be discussed in detail in future classes. But for now, just know this hexose. Again, you see these names, galactose, mannose, those are same thing, epimers. The H and OH positions have changed in one or the other carbon atom. Only one at a time, right? If two things changes, it becomes another isomer. And heptose, the one that you need to know in case of heptose is the ketose isomer, that is pseudoheptulose. I hope you have noticed one thing. Generally, ketose ends with ULOSC, right? OSC is very common to all of them, right? Monosaccharides, but LUSC is more common in case of keto monosaccharides, right? So this brings us to one last slide. This is all this we discussed till now are monosaccharide, means carbon atoms 3 to 7, triose, tetrose, pentose, hexose, everything single unit, monosaccharide. What if the unit of carbohydrate increases? That is known as disaccharide, that is known as trisaccharide. So don't get confused between triose and trisaccharide. Triose means glyceraldehyde, dihydroxyacetone, but those have got 3 carbon atoms, but they are monosaccharide, single carbohydrate unit, whereas trisaccharide means 3 monosaccharide units together. For example, raffinose is one trisaccharide, right? This has got 3 carbohydrate units, and triose means 3 carbon atoms. That's it for today, because next we will be discussing, and what is polysaccharide? More than 10. You already know the examples, starch, glycogen and cellulose. So these are the bare fundamentals that you should know. Remember, ketose is fructose and these are aldoses. So what I gave you the task, those 3 structures you should name in the comment section. Feel free to get back to me with any queries in the comment section, and I will see you soon with another video, and this video will supplement the next lesson that we are gonna learn in person in class. See you then. Till then, bye and take care.